The following presentation
does not represent Australian opinion or intellect.
Fake news, folks. Fake news.
Catch me outside. Are you Muslim?
He should have been slapped as a child. He's a spoiled little freak rat who's probably being treated like a prince.
I'm not a crook. I burn the thing I...
No. Tilt it up. Like this. Grab it like you're a singer. Yeah. Can you hear yourself?
Can I hear myself?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Finally.
This changes everything.
It does.
It does.
I got 100 lasers. I was going to say to you, make sure to bring clothes because this place freezes.
It gets fresh.
That does. Because, dude, that wall,
Yeah.
you can see outside into the space, like outdoors.
Into the void.
No, that's it. I'm serious. I'm not bullshitting. Why am I the only one that speaks clearly? You can hear everything, yeah?
Yeah, perfect. Can't you hear me?
No, I can, but you're still pretty soft.
I'm just a soft-spoken person.
You're still pretty soft.
You're soft.
You're just soft. The boy's soft, man. What do you reckon of the digs?
Looks very good. Come along. What?
You know what that's called?
I got no idea.
It's called a pop filter.
A pop filter.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all the and all these high frequency sounds, and like when someone blows air too hard on a mic or whatever. That's what it's there for.
So it's made specifically for me then.
You know when you see in the movies when they're using you can hold it like a singer if you want. I'm serious. How boss are these
They're mad.
stands?
No, seriously, they look. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I just need I need to buy at least one more.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going to put it. You know the movies when you've got the movie guys, the guy with the boom mic?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know it's always got that big fluffy thing on the outside of the boom mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that big fluffy thing is exactly what
It's the same thing this
screen
does.
Yeah. What it does is any wind that comes in, it just muffles it. That's why I've got all these this fabric, man, bless my mum's heart. She found it. Dude, she found it in an op shop for like $10.
Yeah.
And she goes, I picked up some fabric. I thought you might need it for
I thought you might could use it. It's perfect.
How long is it? She says, it's 5 meters. I go, okay, that's tick one. I go, well, what's it look like? She says, it's sort of shaggy. I'm like, all right. Yeah, dude, that was from an op shop, but it literally is exactly what I needed. I didn't bring the rest of the sponge, though. I've got to put more shit along the top.
Looks good, but it's come up well.
What, the studio?
Yeah. No, it does. It's come up good.
I've still got 2 decals that I have to put up.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Pete. Pete's in Greece, so his printing shit has died.
Yeah.
He's a bum, man. He's messaged me saying, do you need any help with anything, yeah? With the business or with this shit? I'm like, yeah. I go, I need 2 decals printed. He's like, all right, get them to me. Got them to him like an hour later. He's like, yeah, sweet. I'll have them next week. 2.5 weeks past 3. Like, what are these decals? I messaged him. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, the printer went dead. I'll get them to you this week.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Yeah, but no, I'm putting a decal up on this window. I'm going to have a decal there by the front door where the light switch is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you come up with a name yet?
For this joint? I don't know. What did I say on the first one I did by myself? I said Rat's Nest.
Yeah, something like that. You know what I was thinking? You should call it the bunker.
The bunker?
The bunker. Like a fallout shelter.
Oh, like a ground zero.
Yeah. Something like where,
Call it ground zero.
The last resort, everyone just,
Yeah, what was there a bunker for Fallout?
Yeah, that's, yeah.
What was it called? The bunker?
No. They're fallout shelters.
Yeah, but what was the main one that you started? I'm thinking of Fallout 4. I never played it.
Vaults. They call them vaults.
The vault.
Yeah.
Well, the vault.
The vault, bunker, yes.
The vault or the
Whatever.
bunker.
Yeah.
That's not bad. We need like food supplies.
Yeah, well, you got the fridge.
From last week, he was like, "Is there food there?" I'm like, "What do you want, man?"
Little mini fridge.
Yeah, I got a fridge. He goes, "All right." Like, it's not respectable.
It's a self-serve salad bar.
The buffet. A la carte, whatever.
There's only one person in it. It's still got a sneeze drill. One of those sneeze protectors.
The sneeze protectors. Have you ever seen one in action?
No.
I can't imagine people sneezing that violently next to the salad bar.
You see the individual trickles of the flu.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just picturing some schmuck with the flu.
Oh, man.
I always just to get dirty looks at the when you get actually you've been overseas enough times. Have you stayed at enough places where they've got the a la carte menus?
Yeah.
What do you prefer? Do you prefer? I'll tell you why. This is why I'm asking. Because when I was in Bali last year, we paid for the villa that we stayed in. We had a personal chef that was coming in every morning.
Yep.
Making breakfast.
Yep.
You're telling the night before I want omelettes and I want it at this time, and they did it.
That's unreal.
Do you prefer that, or would you prefer the a la carte? Like, you come down from your room and they've got the buffet spread.
If I could,
the Western style boiled sausages.
Yeah. If I could get a chef to come in and cook for me every morning, hands down, done. I put my order in the night before.
Yeah, but you know what, man? The pressure's on because every night we get to the front desk as we're walking in and we're strolling in at midnight or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, what do you want for breakfast?" I'm like, "Man, I don't know." You know what I mean? I don't know.
You can't say surprise me.
Nah. Even if you did.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what are they going to bring you? This is Bali. It's either eggs, French toast, bacon.
I'd be making orders just to test out the chef, man. I'd be putting things to put his culinary skills to the test.
Look, what's the most intricate egg dish you can actually have? Not Benedict.
Nah, that's
just a boiled egg.
Yeah, well, not boiled.
No, it's a
poached. Yeah,
poached egg.
Yeah.
What is it? Actually,
I don't know.
I'm going to search that. There you go. There's your maiden search for the day.
How do you Google that? It's like,
no, I'm serious.
It's the biggest pain in the arse egg dish.
Hey, I love how you're looking. You're looking.
Yes.
You know what? I've never seen you concentrate as hard.
Yeah.
Just because it's like you're waiting for a show.
Yeah.
You're control.
Yeah, it's
just for everyone. I'm sitting here Googling on my notebook and John's looking at the monitor on the other side facing away from me.
It's a whole new experience.
Yeah. So what am I looking up? Most intricate eggs,
breakfast dish.
recipe?
Yeah.
Speaking of dishes, your bag of mandarins.
Yeah.
Dude, I threw out 2 bags of mandarins over the last 4 weeks because my mum kept bringing me bags of mandarins.
Yeah.
Every time I'd see her, she's like, "Oh, here, your Thea, like, blah, 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 like, gave you a bag of mandarins." Like, what am I going to do with them? I said it last week as well. Dude, I said it last week on the podcast. I said I just threw out a bag of mandarins. I just did again.
Well, you know you can't throw these ones out.
No, I can't. I'd feel guilty. Not because of you, because you're family. Just fuck about you.
I love how this has got pictures as well to show that
all right, hang on. Boiled eggs.
Boiled egg.
What are coddled eggs?
I've never.
In cooking, coddled eggs are gently or lightly cooked eggs. They look like poached to me.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Coddled eggs are gently or lightly cooked in temperature just below boiling temperature. No, wait. Poached eggs are boiling. Poached eggs are a type of coddled egg. Okay, fair enough. Cheese omelette sandwiches.
Yeah.
Fried egg.
That's the hardest.
Fried?
No. I don't know.
Omelette. Yeah, fair enough.
Ooh, what's that?
Onsen tamago.
That looks raw.
That's Japanese. Hot spring
egg,
eggs.
slow cooked.
Slow cooked in the water of hot springs. What?
We don't have hot springs around here.
Wait, is that actually hot springs?
That's what it says.
No, but I don't like this. Because you're actually you're correcting what I'm reading. You fucking freak. Traditional Japanese low temperature egg, which is originally slow cooked in the water of onsen hot springs. Okay. So it looks like a poached egg, but just done in the hot springs.
It looks raw.
But that's Japan.
True.
We touched on that the last episode as well. Old mate had gone to Japan, and he said the amount of raw meat that he'd eaten.
Yeah.
But, it was. Have you ever had raw meat? Like, as in,
not raw meat, no.
He said he's actually.
Then again,
I was going to say I should have brought it up last week when I was talking about it. Obviously, Japan, you got like the raw tuna and the salmon and all that shit. The French have got their pate or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
How do they serve that? You've been to France. You didn't have it there.
I don't touch that stuff. Serious?
You didn't have it?
Nah. I went for all the unhealthy French food you could eat when I was there.
Like what?
Croque monsieurs.
What are those?
Cheese on cheese on cheese in bread with like more cheese.
Is everything all right? More cheese.
More cheese. More, I said.
Is that what it is? Just cheese on bread?
It's like a toasted sandwich, but they have the cheese on the outside, and on the inside, the cheese is almost like a bechamel, almost.
Is it bechamel? So like with flour? Bechamel's got flour and milk.
It's hard to... I don't know, to be honest.
You know what, man? I don't understand how bechamel and all that sort of shit gets made. It's literally just milk, cheese, and egg.
Yeah.
It's every form of dairy just thrown into one. And
Yeah.
it's like, more cheese on top.
Yeah.
What is
More.
it's just cheese.
Yeah,
It's just fat. It's just fat and sugar.
Yeah.
All right, so hang on. You had your bread on bread on bread. Cheese on cheese on cheese on bread.
What else? I'm just going back 10 years.
What do the French eat? I've got no idea.
Apparently it's supposed to be pretty healthy, their food. It's supposed to be a really good cuisine, but...
How?
I
No,
don't
the
know.
Mediterranean diet's been the one that's been elected
Yeah,
the
yeah,
healthiest.
yeah.
Specifically Greek Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Because the Italians use too much carbs.
Eh.
It's just carbs. You know that. No, but hang on. Literally, the Greek diet was pushed aside as being one of the better ones for you because it's all just fresh produce, and all it is salt, oregano, and like there's no over spicing.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just what the old lady used to say to me.
Maybe.
We should just Google it. Fuck it, we've got the power of Google. All right, so what else did you eat in France? I was going to say pâté.
No, I didn't touch it. Didn't touch it there. Had duck when I was over there.
How's it?
Yeah, it was really nice.
Every time I picture French food, it's sort of the same as picturing Japanese food. Japanese food I always picture as being really overtly watery.
Watery?
Yeah, I don't know
really?
why. I don't know.
It's supposed to be like the freshest food out there. It's just watery.
But I picture the same thing with the French. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just saying. Like American cuisine, you always picture just heavily fried and...
Yeah.
And it is like that.
No, it is, yeah.
But you went to Hawaii, it's the same shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just like massive fat, massive cheese. Just bigger is better.
Yeah, pretty much. There's no quality. It's more quantity.
If you have a whole pig,
Yeah.
better just cover it in grease and serve it up and it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, France as well.
I don't know, like, to be honest, I can't really remember, but
Your words exactly were food's alright. It's not bad. Those are your words.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember now.
What else do they eat?
I had photos and everything, but they eat a lot of a lot of salad, a lot of cheese, apparently.
I love eating every stereotype. It's like, they eat a lot of bread in the shape of long baguette style.
Baguette style.
Every stereotype. A lot of snails and croissants.
I had snails.
Croissants.
Just falling everywhere.
Amounts of croissants.
The lines went on for days.
Just every stereotype. You're so bummed. No, I'm being honest. All right, so snails. Yeah, dude, I'm Greek, but we eat snails. Don't Italians do snails?
Nah, don't touch them.
Really?
Yeah, maybe up north, but we don't. No.
I actually don't know if... I thought the South would do it, seeing as the rural ones.
No, not really.
I got no idea if snails are something that just the Greeks picked up just for the fuck of it, or if it's actually done generally.
I don't know. I can't say. The French ones there, like everyone thinks, well, not everyone, but a lot of the wogs you run into, like, I'm not touching snails because they think of garden snails. It's nothing like that whatsoever.
Bred?
Yeah, they're bred. They're proper. It's a proper type of snail that
really?
you're supposed. Yeah.
Snails. Dude, I'm googling all this for escargot.
Oh, you know what I'm going to tell you?
Yeah.
If you're talking French food, after you look up this.
Hang on. Escargots, land snails are used. Most common of the species, Helix pomatia. What the hell? 2 restrictions. It should be edible. Problem solved if you work with one of those 3. And it should be large. Larger snails have more flesh to work with. Oh, no shit.
But the whole thing, when we ate it was basically just taste the garlic. Just garlic butter and garlic sauce.
Yeah.
Mixed with parsley, and it's just all green. You can't even see it.
So what do you actually...
You don't taste it, you just taste garlic. Garlic and butter.
What's the point
and
of
parsley?
eating it?
I don't know.
But
the novelty.
Yeah, but that pisses me off, man. I hate it when people are like, whatever set dish it is. Oh, no, it's brilliant. You just got to add garlic and salt and pepper. By the end of it, you're just eating a handful of spices
Pretty much,
and herbs.
yeah. The 2 of the greatest flavours of all time.
What, garlic and...
Butter and garlic.
Anyway.
Well, he just scoffs.
Moving on.
Moving on. Look up, while we're on French, ortolan.
How do you spell that?
I don't know. O-R...
Ortolan.
Ortolan.
What's that?
Ortolan.
I don't know. I'm literally just punching whatever.
Ortolan?
Ortolan.
Ortolan.
Oh, ortolan.
Ortolan.
Here we go.
Here we go.
What's this shit? Bunting. Ortolan bunting. It is a bird in the bunting family.
Yes. He's eating ortolan illegally. It's a French food.
Ortolans are meant to be eaten feet first and whole, except for the beak. What? Arguably, barbaric preparation isn't why eating the bird is illegal. Protected species in 79 took France 20 years to act on this. So you had this in France?
No.
Where did you have it?
No, I've never had it, but I'm just saying this thing here, apparently, it's a little bird that
it's like a sparrow.
Yeah, they force feed it in a cage where they like where it can't like fly around. They just keep it in a small and close space, force feed it, I think specific foods, and then they drown it when it's ready to be eaten. They drown it in, I think it's cognac.
Booze.
Yeah, and they I think they boil it or whatever, pretty much. And then when you eat it, you got to cover your head, and you eat it out of a pot or a bowl or something like that, and you just eat it whole, bone and everything. And it's like the most decadent dish, apparently.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Decadent?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Ortolan is served in French cuisine, typically cooked and eaten whole.
Yes.
Diners cover their heads with their napkin, towel while eating the delicacy. Bird is so widely used that its French populations dropped dangerously low, leading to laws restricting its use in 1999. The French government announced its intent to enforce long-ignored laws protecting the bird. Where the hell did you hear about this?
I remember, to be honest. I think I heard. I was listening to another podcast, and I think they just brought it up. Or I might have been watching something. I honestly can't remember.
They force-feed. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
They kept in covered cages. Birds react to the dark cage by gorging themselves on grain,
Oh, there you go.
usually Malay seed, until they double their bulk. Roman emperors stabbed out Ortolan's eyes in order to make the birds think it was night, making them eat even more. Yeah, you're right. Drowns and marinates, roasted for 8 minutes and plucked. Jesus.
But there's a hilarious part where they say, like, they don't know if it's true or not, but why because it goes back to medieval, like even their emperors, they'd cover their heads, and it was like supposed to cover the shame from God because they're eating this little bird. Like it's such decadent dish.
That's insane.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
You can't.
Well, look at look in China. They do the same thing with birds with the eggs, don't they? With chickens, they eat them like as they're coming out of the shell. You can get them at different stages.
Really?
Yeah. The little chicks. You can get the egg basically.
Oh, before it's fully formed or whatever?
Yeah, like you can get it like formed at like 1 week and then formed at 2 weeks, and you can get at different stages.
Why? No, I'm being serious.
I honestly don't know.
Look, man,
It's supposed to be like a delicacy.
I had this, it wasn't an argument, I had this conversation with someone, was it a couple of days ago? I can't remember who it was. And I said something about, it was a WhatsApp conversation between a few people.
Yeah.
And I was saying, someone said to me that their relative went vegan, or their cousin started dating someone who was a vegan. And so they didn't know him anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
They said in 10 months, she said it was a brutal 10 months. Basically, essentially lost a relative. Said like his social media feed just became all anti, exports and animal cruelty and all that shit. And I said something like, show me a vegan, and then I'll show you someone who can't rationalize when their next meal is going to come from. There are no vegans in starving nations, and the truth of that is cannibalism.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, but we're literally actually, how many other species are there that discriminate against meat? I think dogs won't eat dog.
Won't they?
Nah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure you can't feed a dog meat. Like you shouldn't feed a cow meat, because that's how you get mad cow.
Yeah, that's true.
Species that discriminate against their own.
I'm just picturing what's going to come up. It's like a dog, like...
Speciesism?
I'm picturing a Far Side comic, like, with, like, dogs discriminating against them.
No, I'm serious.
Oh, man.
Why do we love speciesism? Here's another well-written article.
Equality for
No, I'm pretty sure it's dogs that don't eat dogs. Dogs won't eat dog. I'm serious. When a dog won't eat, it is referred to as anorexia because of lots of appetite, blah, blah, blah. Why your dog won't eat? Maybe it won't work like that. Maybe I'm searching the wrong thing. I'm such an idiot. I'm almost positive dogs won't eat dog meat.
It's possible.
And so I know that mad cow.
I've heard like some dog food does have fillers in it, and how they have fillers in it, and apparently
fillers,
like stuff to like because they can't put all meat and all vegetables or whatever, so they have fillers which are carbs.
Yeah.
And some factories, I don't know if they're in America or whereabouts, probably some of the poorer countries where they probably source the food.
I love how you say America's one of the poorer countries.
No, because they're probably, I don't know, like their restrictions, their standards aren't, like they say they're pretty high, but...
America's?
Yeah, but...
No, they're not. Do you remember
stuff still gets through, doesn't it?
No. They basically, thanks to, it's partially part of Trump's issue as well. But they lowered the standards on importing meat. But what they lowered the standard on was the labeling of meat. What they did was, I'd mentioned in the podcast like a year and a half ago, probably even more. It was they lowered the standards on meat coming in and packaging it.
Yeah.
So it's basically like they have a meat. Let's say what's a meat that's all like mashed together, like mince or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'd be like 100% beef.
Yeah.
May contain beef from Australia, New Zealand.
Yeah, it has different countries. Yeah.
Venezuela,
Yeah.
and Ecuador.
Yeah.
Dude, isn't that what's the word? Isn't it just asking for contamination?
Probably.
Like four
if you got
to six different types of beef coming in from all over the world.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It would increase the chances of, some sort of contamination or something.
Yeah. So what are you saying that,
That they used, like when you got kill shelters?
What?
A kill shelter. So dogs that don't get adopted, there's different types of pet shelters. So
Okay.
a kill shelter is where if the dog doesn't get adopted, they'll kill it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that every RSPCA?
I don't know if it's ours.
It is.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, when they pick up a dog at the pound,
Yeah.
it sits there for like a month.
Yeah,
If no one gets it, they destroy it.
probably.
What happens to all the meat?
Aha! Now you're asking the right questions.
I'm being serious. I don't want to try to disgust anyone. I'm just saying. Because, no, well, think about it.
No, but that's what I was getting at.
Pooches and cats.
Well, apparently some of this dog food was containing... They found out that some of this dog food was containing dogs that had been killed in kill shelters. This is in Australia, but this is in other countries.
As in, the dog food contained...
You know, like the dry food? Like it was
Yeah.
whatever... However they get into the dry food, or even in the canned food, they found that... They tested a couple of them, and they found that it was containing dog meat.
Okay. According to this, it says the new law says that if you let your veterinarian put your pet to sleep, they cannot release them to you after they are gone to avoid you burying their bodies. You have to decide whether to do a private ceremony or mass cremation. Oh, it's got to be a cremation. So they won't allow you to bury your animal. That can't be right.
Because I think you're taking it to the vet. Whereas you can get vets that'll come to your house.
So what's the threat? I'm confused.
What do you mean?
Do dogs go to heaven? What are these people Googling, man? I'm finding more and more that I'm finding more and more when you go to Google and you punch in the single word and then the more popular result, search threads come up.
Yeah.
Just more and more ridiculous shit.
Yeah, I know.
Bill Maher had said it the other, I don't think it was it wasn't a recent episode, it was one like ages ago. It was talking about men and women and the quality of the relationships and how they view each other. And it's like, if you search a man's browser and you start with the sentence, my wife is, and it's like, my wife is amazing, my wife is my best friend, my wife is something. But if you search a woman's one, it's, my husband's an idiot, my husband is lazy, and there's three different things like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my husband is gay.
Yeah.
That's what women are searching, man. No shit.
There was, what was it, about 2 weeks ago, I came across a video on YouTube, and they were going off at Google as usual, and they're talking about, if you go into the Google search and you type in men can, and then you know how it predicts the next text, what comes up is things that normally shouldn't be coming up. Okay. And then when you do women can, the same thing was happening, but it's like, it was all, like going into that, trying to, what do you call it? Your political agendas, basically.
Okay, so what do you want to type?
Apparently it was just men can. You type in men can,
men
it was
can,
and then it would come up with men can give birth and men can.
Oh.
It was like predictive text of what would be coming up.
Oh, here you go. Men can have babies.
There you go. It's coming up now. Here you go.
Men can have babies. Men can get pregnant. Men can have babies now. Men can cook. Men can have periods. Men can think about nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
So now
women can. Women can vote. Women can do it. Women can do anything. Women can be drafted. Women can fly.
There you go. See?
Holy shit.
Now, how does that come across to you?
Well, is that based on more popular search threads?
Well, apparently they found out there's this channel on YouTube called Veritas, And they're all about...
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Here we go. No, apparently Google got busted trying basically like undercover videos and stuff. They've been busted with employees bragging about how they're trying to change the world. And basically they're trying to like influence people's opinions through search engines and all that.
So you're saying the Google people are actually...
They're modifying what comes up instead of like some things are coming up as like what's like the most popular searched, and some of them are being specifically modified.
Really?
Yep.
They keep denying that. They keep saying that
They got them. They got them with video this time.
How?
Hidden camera. Someone pretending to apply for a job. They went out for drinks with a whole bunch of employees.
Yeah.
And they you know.
I saw in conversations.
In conversation, they just opened up everything.
So that's bullshit on a lot of levels because when you start paying for advertising on Google, how do you know your advertisements aren't rigged to hit later in the system? I mean, look, fixing a search engine thread to hit certain things like, women can do it or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty broad.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jim's Mowing wants to advertise in Google and contacts Google or whatever, that's pretty specific to them.
Yeah.
I doubt someone's going to be fucking with that.
No.
No shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe Trump hasn't lost his mind at all. He keeps coming out saying that it's all rigged. They keep saying that his Twitter followers can't see him. And actually, don't you remember? What was the dude?
Well, there's this whole thing that's been going. This whole thing that's been blowing up lately with Twitter, Google, YouTube. They're all coming under fire at the moment. I don't know if you've been aware of this.
Not really.
They're like full on. They had the head of Twitter on Rogan's podcast.
Yeah. And
he had him on twice because the first time people were cracking at him because he didn't go hard enough on him. Really? Like with the questions, and then the second time is pretty much, people are accusing these platforms, Facebook as well, of like censoring certain type of speech.
Yeah,
and then they're using the argument that this is a privatized company, we're allowed to privatize whatever speech.
YouTube are using that.
YouTube, not so much YouTube. They're a little bit better, but like Facebook, Twitter. Mostly those two. Yeah. And, they're saying, using, the excuse or the argument that, that the speech that's being used is like, harassment or discriminatory.
Okay.
In that sense.
But it isn't.
Well, from whose opinion though? That's the whole, that's the question. And the second time you had him on, they basically just ripped into him. He had this other journalist guy on there that, I watch his videos quite frequently. Tim Pool. Tim Pool. Pool. P-A-A-L. And he's this, just some journalist who used to be around and now he does his own videos on YouTube. And, he just brings a whole different, what do you call it? Not opinion, but just like he sheds light. Perspective. Yeah, just this, the more logical perspective to things that are going on.
Yeah. This whole exchanging of the exchange of information that we put up on, like, say, the net, right?
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, we use the internet.
Yeah.
Dude, everything in this room right now, like, you've got a device on you that's hooked up to the net. I've got two phones here that are hooked up to the net. I've got two laptops hooked up to the net.
Yeah.
And there's a Wi-Fi exchange here.
Yeah.
All that is done for the purpose of convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Could you imagine not having the internet?
No.
No.
We've lived
our lives.
Our lives, for a good portion of it, was internet free. Yeah.
Internet centric.
No, for a good portion of it was internet free.
Well, no. Good portion? Hang on, wait a second, man. How old were we when the internet sort of erupted? Can you remember the first times you got on the net?
When I got internet, I was probably about 16.
I was probably earlier than that, man. I was probably year 7 or 8.
Okay.
So I would have been like 12.
Half our, all right, what was a half our lives? Well, for me, half.
Hey, what do you mean? We're the same age.
Well, you got into it earlier.
We're 4 months apart. No, think about it, man. I would have been 12 or 13 when I first got the internet on a regular basis.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
and I'm 35 this year.
Yeah.
Just over half.
Okay. Yeah, all right, well, just over half.
Yeah,
If we're gonna
but
be...
it quickly became...
Yeah, I know.
Dude, by the end of high school, we had it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I remember a point in my life where I had no internet, and now I've got it, and I can't think of, like you're saying, I can't think of not having it.
No, because...
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
Think
to
about
say.
every second of the day,
Yeah.
you pick up your phone and Google something because you want that information. No.
I know.
Dude, we've been talking for half an hour and we've literally Googled things every 20 seconds. You got your phone out now.
No, I was just thinking
If this has got anything to do with the internet, I swear to God, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah, just my random searches this week, just today. It's just dumb.
Yeah, all right. Well, pull up your... I'll tell you what. Pull up your Explorer.
Yeah.
And just have a look at your Google searches. You want to see what I've searched? Video format for WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Changing export quality to Premiere. Fisheye Premiere. How to add lines to host files in Windows 7. It's because I was using cracked software in Premiere. I was researching. Dude, that's proof. For the people out there that have asked me to film this podcast, I was Googling, I was looking for cracked software to edit film, and then I was Googling how to do certain things in that software. Can they get me now for having cracked software because of that confession?
Nah.
What do you mean, nah?
They're going to get you in the act.
You know what gets me? You know, every time you install something, whether it's a game, whatever, there's that disclaimer.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
His
I know.
face.
I know.
Man, I remember,
Yeah.
I swear to God, I remember, I would have been, I was probably end of high school, probably 20, man, like probably early.
Did you sit through it and actually read it?
No, I didn't. It was the early 20s, my early 20s or, no, it had to be before that because my old man was asking me to set up like an email address or something for him. So I would have been like,
Did he want you to read it?
year 10 or 11, yeah. So I've gone there, I've set up his name, set up the account, blah, blah, blah. And then I've just hit, go forward. And then the disclaimer comes up.
He's like, what are you doing?
And I'm just going to, he's like, what's this? I'm like, he's asking every step of the way, every window, what's this?
Yeah.
And I get to that disclaimer, and I'm just going to, I go, disclaimer. He's like, wait. I go, relax. He goes, no. He goes, when you sign a contract, you sign a contract. I'm like,
You can't modify this contract.
standard disclaimer, man. I go, you literally see millions of these every day.
Yeah.
It's like, no, rubbish. And so I'm like, well, and I stood up. And I stood, where are you going? I go, this is going to take you at least 20 minutes to read. I'm going to go to the bathroom or whatever, get a drink of water. You let me know when you're ready. And he said, oh, yeah, he's starting to go at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you going to look at it, man? It's like the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I
read
know.
this thing every single time.
Apparently there was a guy in America, that's always out of America, he did something, he wanted to get out of a contract, basically it had to do with Apple.
Yeah.
And this is going back a few years now, probably 5-6 years. And I don't remember the specific, but he wanted to get a return of a product or whatever, but he had already installed it, had gone through the disclaimer in the contract and had accepted it. And in court, he used the excuse, he basically won the court case because he used the argument that you can't expect anyone to physically sit down and read through all that information. Apple cannot expect anyone to do that. And he won. And he had to get, I think it was the product returned, his money reimbursed, court fees and everything.
What, just based because the disclaimer was too long?
Too long.
The privacy disclaimer, whatever it is.
It's like in pages, who knows, probably hundreds of pages or whatever.
Yeah, but they presented for you. They presented to you there to read.
Yeah, but I don't know. He still won it.
Yeah, to be fair, when I got my house, I remember the first property documents. Yeah, they were 20, 30 pages, man. And I looked at it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what this is. Yeah, all right. So I remember getting a hold of a mate, and he put me on a property solicitor who specialised in property, like being a property law.
Yeah.
I send it to her. She sends it back. Like, she basically calls me. She goes, have you signed anything? I'm like, yeah, I signed something. She's like, she lost it. She's, man, like, even just on a, like, she just gave it a once over.
Yeah.
I've already found all these glaring, like,
Problems.
problems,
Issues, yeah.
infractions. These are going to have to be like, this is fine.
Yeah, signing over your firstborn without knowing it.
Literally. And she lost it. She goes, nah. She goes, whatever you've signed,
Yeah.
I'm writing a letter now to void it as your solicitor and tell them that we're going to get back to them with like a re-up, basically. And I freaked out. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And she goes, nah. She started like literally just off the top of her head, just like scrubbing shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you know what you're looking for straight away, yeah, of course.
Yeah, but then, do you know how many types of law is there, man?
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like you got,
property law,
and you got
finance law.
lawyer, you got like lawyer, like what do you call them? Lawyers for each different type of one.
Everything.
Yeah.
Food law, food and handling law, automotive law.
There's no jack of all trades lawyer.
Just the Lionel Huts. What's that, a broken neck? I always pictured myself as one of those Lionel Huts lawyers, just chasing ambulances. Yeah. Actually, what was I going to ask? Actually, that's a question I was going to ask you.
Yes.
I can't remember why I was thinking, do you know why? I know why. Because I'm unemployed. Dude, the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh.
I stopped working June 9th.
Jeez.
Yeah, what are we today? The
9th? 9th, yeah.
Been a month.
Been a month, yeah.
Yeah, no shit. This is the longest I've ever been unemployed without legally being attached to a company or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've taken time off to go on holidays. I've taken off time to do in-between sort of work and shit like that. But this is the longest outright that I've not worked.
Yeah.
But I have worked. I've been doing the business thing for how many weeks?
Yeah.
Yada, yada. But you do a lot of soul searching. Do you know what I actually did? I picked up a bike. I got a bike off a mate of mine, a hybrid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, pretty decent, man. I went for a ride yesterday. Did like 20 Ks in like an hour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But you do all the soul searching, and it's like,
Did you go to the pier like George?
dude, I swear to God, you get to that feeling, man. I did it. Yesterday, I went underneath the bridge at Wellington Road, man, that goes towards outside of Mulgrave towards Endeavour Hills.
Yeah.
I sat under there for like.
Is that why all those photos popped up on Insta?
Oh, you liked them?
Yeah.
You're actually active on Instagram.
No.
He just watches from.
I'm a lurker. I watch from afar.
Just keeps his ear to the street. yeah. No, that's it. Because whenever I go on bike rides, usually I'm taking a lot of photos, man.
Okay.
It's the most scenic parts of Melbourne are all on the bike trails, man. That's one thing Melbourne actually has, man. We've got decent bike trails. The ones that go out towards like Endeavour Hills, the ones that go up to the eastern suburbs, the ones that go out into the city, they are actually freaking picturesque.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, in this haze of like employment, you get to that soul search like George Costanza.
Yeah.
Dude, see what I'm wearing today?
Yeah.
I actually, dude, I got up because I realized I was cleaning the house and I didn't realize I realized I hadn't eaten lunch yet. So I went for a drive. I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to go to the post office anyway. I turned up to Noble Park, like the strip.
Yeah.
And I've got dude, I literally found the oldest pair of Adidas trackies. This Everlast t-shirt just faded black. With the growth. People are staring at me, man, angry. I'm walking along with like a Vietnamese pork roll and everyone's like looking at me. I'm like, yeah.
They're pulling their kids away from you.
Yeah. Look, what are you looking at? It's like, oh, me. Dude, honestly, man, this 4th week, because the first 2 weeks I was flat out, I had too much shit to sort of take care of. And then the last week and a half has sort of been where it's slowed down and I'm sort of anxiously, like, I'm patiently waiting to get back to work.
Yeah.
And I'm meant to start next Monday. But, just the whole thing gets you in your head and you're like, what would my ideal career be? And I'm sick of people asking me that, saying, oh, ideally, what would your dream job be? Or what would you want to be doing? Like, me? Pay me to do whatever I want. How's that? You know what I mean? Like, let me get up and just do whatever the hell I want and make it happen. As in, you know, if I feel like getting paid to make music, pay me to make music for today. If I feel like reporting on an event, let me go to the event and do it. That's a dream job. Getting paid to do whatever it is you feel like actually doing. Right? Did you ever actually have a dream job? This is something I've never asked you.
Me? Nah.
I'm dead set.
No, nothing.
What did you actually picture doing?
Honestly? I don't think I actually picture myself doing it.
This is a growing moment.
This is a growing moment.
No, I'm being serious, dickhead, because I've never actually... Because you did concreting straight out of high school.
Pretty much, yeah. Concreting then to paving.
Like there's a difference?
Yeah, there is. There's clearly a difference. They're two different industries. One's concrete, one's tiles, man. Bricks.
One's concreting and one's paving. Like there's a difference. I'm just picturing like those trade wars between the brickies and the plasterers, and the pavers and the concreters. Hey, essentially your cousins. You've got Giovanni and then you've got Gianni, and they're going at it. The family wars, the pavers and the concreters. What do you mean, man? Was it paving and concreting? What's the difference?
Well, one, you're using concrete, cement. The
Yeah.
other one, you're using bricks and tiles and pavers and stuff.
But you still use concrete to pave?
No.
You know what?
You lay a base, you put a base of concrete.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's not the job. That's not like, that's it. You don't do that then go, like you do concreting.
You realise I'm just taking the piss.
Yeah, I know.
That's actually funny one, man. Okay. So, yeah, what did you actually want to do during, like, say, high school?
I don't know. I think,
I'm not being...
no. I honestly never really had anything I really, really wanted to do. I probably was interested. I was interested in going, like, looking into like something to do with like whether it was like sort of computer engineering, something like that.
To do what? Software development?
Yeah, software development and stuff like that. But
So why don't you do it?
I'm too dumb.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
How?
I don't know code and all that stuff.
You don't need to know code.
Don't
Designers, some of the designers don't know shit.
Don't they?
Nah. That's actually something I learnt, man. That a lot of the industries we think about, you don't actually need to be like people with degrees. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not worth the paper that they're.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Actually, you want to talk about degrees? I saw this on Instagram. There you go. The other day. Listen to this shit. Yeah. Michael Nicholson, a man from Michigan, has more than 25 degrees, including 1 bachelor's degree, 2 associate's degrees, 23 master's degrees, 3 specialist degrees, and 1 doctoral degree, making him the most credentialed person in history. He was enrolled in school for 55 years straight.
And he works in a drive-through at Mac's. He can't get a job.
His wife left him 10 years ago when she realised he was never going to give her the kid she wanted or pave the driveway. I actually don't know if that's legit, man. I'll look it up. But seriously, what is the actual point? Like, honestly, what is the point of that?
It's a good question.
No. Dude, I understand getting a degree in something, right? Because, okay, hang on. Here we go. English journalist? No, it's not him. Perpetual student. Here we go. It's actually on the Wikipedia page. See, dude, degrees back in the day, I remember having this conversation with a cousin of mine years ago, right? To get a degree in something, it wasn't a means to an end to get a job. To get a degree meant that you wanted to further your education and knowledge in that specific field.
Yeah.
So people would become like whatever, and they'd get a doctorate or a master's or a bachelor's in, say, social science because they want to know more about social science, not because they want to get a job.
Whereas now it's required. Yeah, whereas now it's required for the job.
Yeah. Here we go. Does it actually say anything about him?
What was his name? Nicholson, there we go. Has 30 degrees, including 19 master's degrees and 1 doctorate.
Yeah.
Milton de Hus.
Yeah, Milton did. No, it's the Jesus. Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, a student at University of Puerto Rico since
63. Man.
Jesus was recently interviewed by the newspaper since he's the only student at the campus that can make comparisons among the 210 student strikes of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000. He's not certain if he has a degree. So he's just been a student forever.
I don't know. He just doesn't want to leave the ball. What do you call it?
You like Van Wilder?
Yeah.
He's in 7th year of education. But that's what I'm saying, man. What is the fucking point of Michael Nicholson having 30 degrees, including 9? How long does a degree normally take? 2 years.
Yeah,
2-3
something like
years.
that, yeah.
Depending
And then
if
how
you're
much
a full-time
more?
student, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you're doing a double degree, right? And you finish it in 3 to 4 years, okay? He's got how many? 19.
Yeah.
Yeah? And then he's got master degrees.
He's got 19 masters.
And a doctorate. A doctorate takes what, like 10 years to get?
So he's got 30 degrees, 19 masters, and a doctorate. Yeah. So that's 3 individual things.
Yeah, and a doctorate takes like another.
even more.
Yeah, it takes time because you've got to do more school and you've got to do prac as well.
Yeah,
and write your thesis and all that shit. Then you got your master's degrees, which are essentially the same, just more years tacked on. So how many years has he been studying?
I don't know.
Well,
That's
think
a long
about it.
time.
How long? I mean, how many could you do at one time? Hang on. How long does it take to do a master's? This is. I'm being legit. Like, I don't actually understand. Average full time in one. Dude,
That's 2 years.
2 years for a master's.
Full-time student.
Yeah, but then you've got to do the bachelor's on top of it as well. So that's 5 to 7 years on top.
Okay. Well, maybe he's running a few of them.
Yeah, so then, how does he get his money?
What's it called?
What?
What's the Centrelink thing called for?
I study.
I study. He's on I study.
I'm doing 80 bachelors, just pulling him in. Guy gets paid $8,000 a
I'm
week.
73 years old and I'm on I study.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But okay, but look at it this way.
No, but the dude's loaded and he can just do it.
He didn't look loaded according to that photo.
Okay.
He didn't look.
Maybe he's just like really, really smart and you can just do it.
No. Hang on. Michael Nicholson. Let's see what he actually does. Hang on. See what it brings up. Let's see if he's actually even got it.
He's 79.
Oh, here we go. Here's the article. 75. Oh, wait. And that was last year. 79. You need stronger glasses.
No, go up. It said age 79.
What? Where?
Died 2016.
No,
Who's
that was a professor.
Oh.
Calm down, man. No, but the point is what's the point of doing, like, I understand if you want it, like I said, originally, you got a degree to further your awareness or whatever about a certain field, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But if you've got, like, say, 20 degrees, you haven't worked a day in your life in any of those fields because you're constantly doing degrees.
Yeah, true.
How focused can you be on your career if you've got 20 degrees or 20 masters, whatever the hell
Well,
you've
you
got?
can't be because you can't spend the time specifically on that one thing because you're always doing something else.
Yeah.
You're being torn away to,
Dude, I know people that have gotten degrees and stuff like that and gone on to do more, but they've always worked actively in the field and that is studied as well, like, hard.
Yeah, yeah.
So how the hell are you meant to get... Here we go. Don't quit too... His message to young people, don't quit too soon.
Ah, shut up.
Hang on. Enrolled in school for 55 years straight. Wow. Get up at 4 a.m. I walk 2 miles. Doesn't mean everyone has to get up at 4 a.m. Routine, blah, blah, blah. Shirts and ties. No one gives a shit about shirts.
They probably made him finish up now because he's a 4 risk. At 75.
He's
going to sue the school. Yeah.
The linoleum is too fresh. Sorry, mate. Do you know what I mean? Hang on. When I was in seminary school, we had to wear shirts and ties and suits. It's not like that anymore. What I see in classrooms today, frankly, I'm embarrassed. Everyone looks sloppy. They don't know how to dress. A lot of eating that goes on in class. They were looking at their teachers. Dude, this guy, he went to Detroit Bible College. What? I'd be curious as to what degrees he actually got. Seriously. This is all crap. You catching any of this?
Slay, a bit of it here and there.
In order to graduate my degree in criminal justice, my 30th degree, I had to write a final project of 75 pages. Faith-based prison ministries as a topic. What the this is all rubbish. I started living...
What's the website?
It's on Vice. So, yeah, it's half reputable. I'm not even dead. I started delivering the Detroit newspaper when I was 11 years old, and I kept the same paper out for 11 years all through college. So I delivered the paper for 10 years. There's your first glaring problem. Do you think you could have kept the paper out and gone to uni? To you were 22?
Nah.
I was 22. I was studying full time. Hang on, wait a second. Yeah, I was studying full time. I was a student at SAE doing audio engineering. And I was working 30 hours a week doing a normal full time job, not delivering a leaflet route.
Yeah, yeah.
There's your first problem. Because this schmuck got by delivering newspapers, and that was enough to keep his degrees going.
I'm just looking at your Windows page and I'm just realising what you got as your
What?
on your toolbar.
What toolbar?
Your toolbar on this page at least. Maybe are you mirroring the screen?
It's mirrored. Why?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
No, just on your what do you got? Firefox.
Yeah.
You're running Firefox.
Yeah.
What you got on the top right? There, the one that you just went down. Yeah, that.
Oh, Pirate Bay. We don't play games, man.
No, but it's just gold.
I know that the average student debt is $30,000 after 4 years of college. Is it worth it? Dude, 30 grand for a uni degree, right? And that's in America.
Yeah.
In Australia, they're what, like 80 grand? It's usually like, it's
something
like
like that.
60, 70 grand for university degrees. Who could afford 30 uni degrees?
Yeah.
Do the maths. 30 times 50. You know what I mean?
Maybe he wasn't delivering papers. Maybe it was something else.
He's selling drugs. Isn't that a Clint Eastwood movie?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a Clint Eastwood movie. He's a drug mule.
Is there?
Yeah, hang on, man. There is. I'm almost positive, man. Drug mule, Clint Eastwood. Yeah, The Mule. It's called The Mule.
Is that a newer movie or an old one?
It came out last year. Broken
seen
alone,
it.
facing foreclosure on his business, 90-year-old horticulturist, takes a job on as a drug courier for a Mexican cartel. Yeah. And he starts literally, just doing, he's a mule, doing drug runs to Mexico. But, see, that's what I'm saying, man. Right there and then, I didn't even think of the first thing. To do 30 degrees, you got to have $50,000 minimum.
Yeah,
plus
you got to
each
have money.
degree.
Yeah.
We have $30 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it pisses me off when idiots like this pop up on like Instagram or the news or whatever, and it's some old fart that literally did something miraculous. You know, be like, oh, I walked to, fucking Port Phillip Bay every day for 50 years. Cool, man. That takes like 4 hours. I don't have 4 hours to do that. What else did you do? Well, my father left me a great fortune. You know what I mean? And, I lived alone and I died alone. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All these stupid shit that they always base our lives on and say that's what you need to be angled towards. Man, I have that argument all the time, man, with the old farts as well.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's like when you talk to the... you know what? They say mental health is like one of the biggest problems we've got, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's 100% there, right?
Yeah.
Because we always bring up the same thing about how, back in the day... Someone could work a 9 to 5 doing whatever, but they still had enough money to pay for a family, a kid. You didn't worry about that shit. You expected the old fart to work, like the old man would work, and he'd work hard, but he would get dividends for whatever he did.
Yeah,
right. Like you look at your family, you got brothers and sisters, you got a full household. Your old man worked, and made it happen. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't have that luxury because our single wage most of the time isn't even enough to cover our house.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm serious. Right?
Yeah.
So then the mental health factor comes in, but then you look at the ideals that our parents, especially our generation, our parents pushed on us, where it's like you need this to be successful, this is what life's about, like the wife, the kid, the cars, the all that shit, the house, 2 houses, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the stuff we grew up with. That was what was placed in our back of our head, that's success. But then we forget about what we've actually done.
Yeah.
As if then it takes, usually it takes an outsider to come in and say, hey man, sounds like you're living your best life. It's like, what are you talking about? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At what point, and it's shit like this stupid old fart that says he's got 30 degrees. What has he done? Nothing.
I don't know, man. I didn't read the whole article.
I'm just saying.
You scrolled all that time. You're not even halfway.
Nah.
All right, what's next?
I would keep going for more college degrees if my physical condition didn't slow me down.
I want to know about what's up next.
But there's nothing actually... Yeah.
A fillet of fish.
Dude, in this article on Vice, there's literally nothing about his life except for the fact that he's done 30 degrees.
It'd just be like I don't know... You'd have to sit through it if you wanted to read it. I don't even know what it's about.
I'll be fucked if he's actually done anything worth mentioning.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? How many people out there, big success stories, that don't have degrees? But that have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this idiot's living and dying by it. And he's telling people to stay in school for as long as you can. What are you, nuts? That's the worst advice ever.
Yeah, of course.
What he should be saying is stay educated and keep pursuing knowledge for as long as you can, but not necessarily through school.
No.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So I ask you,
yes.
What did you do before the concreting / paving, outside of, say, wanting to do computer engineering or whatever?
Yeah.
Did you actually have a goal?
No.
What do you reckon that is? Because what do you think my goal was?
Yours?
Keep in mind, dickhead, that you've known me since we were like 6. All right? Seriously. What do you think my goals were?
Yours? I don't know. Yours always had something to do with music, didn't it? Pretty much along those lines.
Yeah, it was. I I was probably in year 8 or 9, and probably year 8. And it could have either gone. I was doing graphics and I was doing music, and then basically it was either graphics or music, and I went with music. Yeah. I found. Do you remember in primary school we made time capsules?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found mine. Do you have yours?
Yeah.
When was the last time you opened it up?
Not for a while now. Probably about 5 years ago, I think.
I opened mine up the other day, man. I found it. I was cleaning out the storage locker down in the bottom of my car park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I found it. Dude, there's a timeline. There's like an actual timeline of we had to draw what we saw for our lives in its phases. Mm-hmm. And I've got some idealistic shit. Like, I was going to be 22 and I've moved out of home and I was working as like a cartoonist or some shit, like at a newspaper or a comic thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was looking at it, I'm like, Jesus. And I was 9, I think. 9 years old?
Didn't we do those when we were in grade 6?
Yeah, 9 or 10.
12. When we were 12 years old. Yeah, like when we were 11 or 12.
Yeah, it was grade 6 because in it I'd included a newspaper article of the Mike Tyson Evander Holyfield fight where he bit his ear.
Yeah.
And I think there was something else in there like relative to 96 as well. Yeah. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure you're right. I think it was 96.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I would have been like 11, 12, and that was what I thought of the world. Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Speaking of comics, did you see what's going out of print? I can't believe you include on. I'm actually pretty sad.
Is Mad Magazine going out?
Yeah.
It is.
Final issue on in I think after August or September. I think.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it had always been just repeating the same issues over and over, wasn't it?
When was the last time you bought one? Remember we had the Mad Magazine Club?
Yeah.
That was grade 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, we actually had a Mad Magazine Club.
Yeah. And that went into high school too.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Like, till about year 8, I think.
I swear to God, I don't remember anything.
Yeah. No, we did, definitely.
I remember I stopped buying them probably, start of high school. I used to hunt them down at garage sales and markets and shit like that. But I don't remember the last time I bought a new episode.
I think I bought... No.
New issue, episode.
I didn't buy any for a long... I haven't bought any for a long... I didn't buy any for a long time. I did download the one-off issue here and there.
Download it?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, it gets quite expensive if you want to read all the comic books, Tim. So, there's,
Pirate Bay.
along those lines. I won't say my actual source.
Yeah, right.
But it is on the list of
you were
Australia.
downloading Mad Magazine PDFs?
Yeah, it would be inside like the bulk of the comics. So whether I was after Marvel or DC or other brand comics,
They'd be there.
Yeah, some of them would be inside.
I never even thought to look up Mad Magazine online.
I didn't look for it. It would just be included with the collection of like this week's comics, and that would be in there once in a while.
All in one PDF.
Yeah. No, in one PDF. It'd just be like your zip folder or whatever.
Oh.
And
I don't know.
Inside your torrent. Sorry. And
I
then
feel kind of weird reading. I feel kind of weird reading that kind of medium on screen. Does that make sense?
That's on tablet. You got to get the right size tablet. Don't get anything too small. About 10-inch one is usually about the good size because it's almost the same size as a comic.
Yeah.
A little bit smaller than Mad Magazine, and it's just right. I can't read them on a monitor. It's just same. Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. I used to read. I know when I was overseas in Europe for the 3-month haul, I used to read every night. I would read an Asterix or a Tintin comic on my old laptop.
Yeah.
My laptop was like a 20-inch screen, 22-inch screen. Mm-hmm. It felt like, you're lying on a couch, at my cousin's house.
It's awkward. It feels,
Yeah, but you sort of made do. But
yeah.
I don't know. I feel weird reading comics and shit. I feel weird reading ebooks, period.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of ebooks because I
prefer the book.
Same. I prefer the physical book, but with the comics, like I said, there's apps as well, specific apps for comic readers.
Did you ever own a Kindle?
No.
I used to see guys at work with Kindles, man. It just felt really awkward.
Yeah.
And they're always squinting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't.
Look, they were all, when was it when all the bookstores started shutting down?
You remember Borders?
Borders, man, that was the best.
Dude, I found a receipt from Borders when I was cleaning up my storage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I found a bookmark. They gave me a bookmark. The last time, I remember it shut down at the start of 2011.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a while ago now, wasn't it?
Because
a long time.
I bought a book for like $2. Did I ever lend it to you? It was something about sugar or sweet tooth or something?
No.
It's about a guy that It was literally on the bargain bin for like $1, like nothing.
Yeah.
And then screw it. I got a 2-month trip. That's when I went to the States and Europe. And I said, fuck it. I bought it.
Yeah.
Ended up being a really good book. I probably reread it maybe 5-6 times. It's about a guy that travels. He's basically a sweet. It's a non-fiction book, right? He's a Jewish comedian, writer, whatever. And he basically reminisces on all the candy bars and shit that he had as a kid. And then as an adult, like he went and sought out all those factories where they made them, and he'd become like a vintage hound, and he'd find like all the discontinued chocolate bars, and just get mass supplies directly from the suppliers and shit like that. And I bought that at Borders for like $2.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, but there are no bookstores anymore.
No, there is. That's what I was going to say. People aren't. It's come out now that all, like a lot of people who read are going back to books.
Really?
They prefer the physical book. There's just something about the tablets or whatever, the readers, that just, it's not the same. You get tired more.
Yeah, but it's definitely not the same experience.
No, of course not.
There's no way.
And there's all this what do you call it? All studies, evidence coming out that you shouldn't be on a screen. A lot of people like to read before they go to sleep.
Yeah, I used to.
And there's all this evidence coming out that you shouldn't be on a screen before you want to go to sleep.
Yeah, because of the blue light.
Yeah, exactly.
That blue light's
that
brilliant.
white light, whatever it is. Yeah, so a lot of people going back to physical books, and bookstores are starting to make pop-ups again. They're starting to make a bit of a comeback.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Do you reckon we're ever going to see another chain like Borders or whatever?
I don't know if you'll see, maybe, in time, but I doubt you'll see big chains again.
Do you remember Borders at its peak?
Yeah.
It had like a cafe.
Yeah.
It was selling all types of crap in there,
Yeah.
and it wasn't just books.
Yeah.
Like, Borders was a US chain though, wasn't it?
I'm not sure if I think Borders was the Aussie one, wasn't it?
So what was the American one? I thought it was almost...
No, sorry, Borders was the American. Dimmicks is the Aussie one. Dimmicks is still around.
Dimmicks is still around.
Dimmicks is still doing fine.
Yeah, but Borders was the one that came in and it had the cafe.
Yeah. They probably tried to get too fancy.
Britanos.
Yeah. And they had the coffee shop. And
Yeah.
it was Glory Jeans inside, wasn't it? The coffee shop.
Glory Jeans is almost gone as well. Did you read that?
No.
Yeah. They're gone. They're dying. They're dying in the arse. I don't know. Dude, I haven't bought coffee in... I remember the last time I bought coffee out. The green tea for the last 12 months. It's been that long. It probably has been that long since I last had coffee.
Okay, yeah.
As in out, like physically sat down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's it called? Borders at its peak. They were selling everything. They were selling DVDs. They were selling
DVDs, CDs,
Yeah.
books, movies, everything.
When did HMV shut down though? Do you remember that?
I don't even remember. That was just like, that went with the wind. There wasn't nothing big about that. That just died out.
Like dandelion spores.
It did. It just disappeared. Went out like a candle.
When do you reckon HMV opened up?
Probably in the 80s.
80s?
No, 90s.
What's about Australia?
Yeah.
It opened up, dude. First store, Sydney, Parramatta, 1990. 89,
Okay.
90, 90, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when
then,
did it shut?
When did it shut? Hang on. Dude, last rebranded HMV store, trading as Sanity, closed in December 2012.
But there's still Sanities around.
Yeah. Are there Sanities?
Yeah. There's one at Rosebud.
Yeah, but that's been there forever. Can you name another one?
No. Maybe it's an independently owned one.
Dude, worldwide, all the HMVs basically shut. The last one, there was one in Canada that shut in 2017.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you look at, like, HMV and Borders, yeah?
Yeah.
At their peak, they were fucking flat chat. As in, you were punching people to get into HMV and chat and Borders.
Yeah.
Yeah? Then literally, bang, overnight, they disappeared.
Yeah, but why? What came along that made them die?
Internet. Yeah, full
Specific types of technology came out and replaced them.
Yeah. So?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that's why, specific types. But look at JB. JB's still around. They're still...
Yeah, but JB's had to rebrand themselves.
Yeah,
so
that's
many
true,
times.
yeah.
Now they're selling fridges and white goods.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Now they're selling fridges and white goods. And then you got Harvey Norman and big Good Guys.
I went to Good Guys, man. I was expecting that to be a ghost town. The place was booming. I've got you people go do something on a weekend.
You're pissed off that there's commerce.
I had to wait to be served, that's why.
What did... I was at the... which one did you go to?
DFO.
there Good Guys there?
Yeah, there's that whole area. You know where Aldi is?
Yeah.
That whole area's been all opened up now, and there's all new shops. There's Good Guys, and what else is there?
I was at
A few restaurants.
I went and bought a kettle and a toaster
Yeah.
from Good Guys, the one that's opened up near me on Princess Highway towards Sandown. It's on the left-hand side where the Macca's. There's a new 24-hour Macca's that opened up.
I didn't know that.
It's where the old Bunnings used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that big space.
So there's a Good Guys there now?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a bunch of stores there. I only went to the Good Guys though.
Yeah.
But that's going to be another like shopping centre hub.
Yeah.
Then you go further down the road, like another, I don't know, 1,500 metres, like 2 Ks maybe, to where you know where Godfrey's is on Blackie and Princess Highway.
Yeah.
Then
That's going to be
that's going to be one of the biggest complexes in the area.
Yeah.
So you've literally got that hub.
Yeah.
You've got the next one further up at Sandown. Then you've got Waverley Gardens. Then you've got Dandenong.
We've got a lot of shopping centres, don't we?
Dude,
Yeah.
who the hell's shopping at all this crap?
Well, the one there at Blackburn Road, that one's going to be like apartment complexes too, though.
Yeah, that's going to be like a cinema.
Yeah, it's going to be like
gonna
a
be
self-sustaining
Yeah,
thing.
there's going to be
people live
apartments
there.
and hotels there as well. Yeah, but that's going to be massive.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, dude, you've got the IKEA Centre as well, the Homemaker Centre.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. But who the hell's shopping at all these places, man?
People, man, you go there on a weekend, they're packed to the arse.
Yeah, but with what? Like, who's buying all this crap?
I don't know. Or you go there and you can see who.
Yeah, but
It's all on credit.
it has to be.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
No, I'm being
No, it is. Yeah, most of it. Oh, I'd say all of it. I'm guessing with an educated decision. What do you call it? An educated guess. I'm saying it's
An
all on
educated.
credit.
No, but okay, hang on. Why are we drifting off here, man? Seriously, I've gone.
Were we talking about French cuisine? We somehow got onto Google.
The French cuisine thing.
Yeah.
There's the raw meat that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Basically, I said there's the French with their pate. You got the Japanese with all their raw shit.
Yeah.
Then you've got what's it called? The Arabs. They do an Arabic meat. And it's like meat, but it's raw.
Oh, okay.
It's basically like a mince that just covers the shit and you spice it. It's basically covered in salt
Yeah.
and oil and you eat it.
Yeah, and a kind of, yeah.
Could you eat that?
Raw meat?
Yeah. We're covered in salt and oil.
I don't think I could eat raw meat, like red meat. I don't think I could do it, even like white meat. I could do fish. I've done fish heaps, but not.
See, this is what I understand. When you have what's it called? All the vegan, ethics and all that sort of shit, yeah? And you bring back that line that I said.
Yeah.
And it was, show me a vegan, I'll show you someone that's never dealt with hunger, outside of the thing.
Yeah.
Cannibalism still exists.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when you go to, what were the last strands of it? Was it Papua New Guinea? I think it was Papua New Guinea with the last strands of cannibalism.
And, what do you call it?
Brazil?
The Amazon, along the
Yeah.
Amazon.
Exactly.
Tribes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have to look at tribes. There's places where people are starving. Well, it's not so much.
Or if you go through the Ukrainian famines.
Yeah, if you look
What
at.
was it called?
Usually when there's war-torn places and people are starving.
Yeah, was it Stalin or Lenin that forced the?
Well, it's a funny thing. I've been listening. My last podcast I've just been listening to was the Dan Carlin just now. I just finished one where it was a 3-parter on the Eastern Front when Germany invaded Russia, and it was I think it was Stalingrad. He was saying where basically they had him under siege for a year and a half. I don't know. It was like a year and a half, and people were resorting to cannibalism there. And family would die, and
That's probably what I was
they'd have to eat their own family because they'd have nothing.
Selling literally selling dead family members for food and money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah. And they're basically forced hunger regimes where especially in extreme forms of communism where they literally just take everything.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. How can it's like with animals, they will tear a person apart indiscriminately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you don't feed your pet freaking whatever, eventually it'll eat you.
Well, maybe. It depends how you've, brought the animal up as well. If you brought it up as a violent animal, it could probably turn on you if you starve it as well.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's indiscriminate. When the cat lady dies and they find the cat.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely in that sense. Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm all for ethics as far as like, I'm all for the ethical treatment of animals.
Yeah, of course.
Being bred for whatever.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand how they can draw the line down, saying it's unethical to eat animals.
I don't know.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know what you mean. Definitely. It's, like people who are vegetarian because they probably, want a healthier lifestyle, so forth.
Yeah, but there's a difference between vegetarians and vegans.
Yeah, I know. What I was going to say is people have certain diets because they eat, maybe it's a requirement.
Yeah.
Like,
I completely understand medically.
Yeah. All right. There's people who can't eat gluten because they're celiacs.
Yeah, or fructose-free diet.
Yeah, there's all that stuff. Yeah. But pretty much from what I see, like, vegans isn't so much as like a dietary requirement. It's just a lifestyle choice, and it's more hung on morality than it is. Yeah, the ethical thing. And that's what I mean. Like, everybody else's diets are kind of based off of requirements.
Oh, nutritional
requirements, A person who can't eat, I don't know, whatever, like we just said, they have to resort to a certain diet. Whereas, vegetarians will go vegetarian because they just don't want meat. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But then you got vegans who are basically, it's almost a cult-like mentality, man.
So I'm just laughing at that head that I was talking to the other day. It's like, we basically lost him for 10 months.
Well, like...
Look, man, there's a lot of changes that can be made to, like, the treatment of animals. Like, I agree, 100%.
Yeah, and a lot of countries have those, in place.
Yeah, every time you see one of those videos that pop up, like KFC treating livestock cruelly. Remember those videos? They're all coming from the States, first of all.
Yeah, that's right.
They're all coming from bumfuck abattoirs, specifically licensed for KFC shit.
Yeah.
And that's corporate culture.
Exactly.
Like, I can tell you horrific stories about where I worked.
Yeah.
Like, well, who would do that to their employees? Yeah, that company would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Actually, I was going to ask you, in your final days working last year, did you get like a exit interview? I wanted to ask you this like ages ago. I kept forgetting.
What do you mean? Like when they sat me down to let me know?
Yeah, and even in your last sort of days.
No.
You didn't get one?
No. They knew I was pissed, and I was supposed to meet up with my my manager on the last day, and he stayed clear. Like, I was on the phone with him. Like, we were always on good terms. I got him down as a reference,
Yeah.
But he knew, because
I realised, I didn't get one either.
Yeah, no.
They're meant, especially if we've been there for that long. We're both there for a decade.
Yeah.
I was going to say, anyway, corporate culture. I know what I was fucking talking about.
Yeah.
You got me thinking about fucking raw meat now.
It's funny, there's this picture that popped up, and it was like this vegan trying to say, how would you like it if your meat had a picture of the cow that it came from, with its name, its date of birth, and like what it liked and this and that? And straight away, like, the replies are like, yes, I would actually, because then I'd know how fresh the meat would be. I would know where it came from, what its diet was. It's like, thanks vegans for solving our problems.
You know what I don't get? Because I've got a lot of friends that are vegans, but they're vegans through and through.
Yeah.
As in, they source what they wear, they source what they eat, they source, like, why are you rolling your eyes?
Yeah, I'm just rolling my eyes.
No, but like soaps, every form of their life is not dictated, but it's accounted for. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
But then I bring up that vegan argument with the leather, like wearing leather, or any form of technology that you use. At some point, some animal would have died.
Yeah.
And they raised the warehouses.
But the hilarious thing is all that stuff is sourced from, like animal free, but, they're using mobile phones that are sourced from forced labour.
Yeah. But that's what I keep saying. I'm like, how can you overlook
exactly
shitty work conditions? Like, you're fine to put something like that up on Insta and share it 1,000 times.
Yeah, exactly.
But your phone literally came from like a child in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Or China. But they've got no argument for that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know.
I don't actually understand that.
Yeah. You always just throw that back at them. It's like, you're using a phone or any technology that's made by forced labour.
You know what I was going to say to you?
Yeah.
I saw this the other day. It was on one of those, those war fucking Instagram accounts. I think probably told you to look them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, there's this guy. is what's USMC? United
USMC.
Is that Marines?
I think so.
I think it's Marines.
Is this that one with that guy that didn't want to get saved?
Didn't want to get saved.
And they just gave him a gun?
Nah.
And when they came back, there was it was a 9-bullet chamber, and there was 9 bodies around him with him just there.
He's actually a Marine. Yeah, I'm just reading this again. Dude, this guy was caught by the Imperial Japanese Army, so what's that, World War II?
Yep.
All right, tied him to a tree, tortured him, and left him for dead. Dude, this guy chewed through the ropes, freed himself, made it back to US lines, and delivered some message that the enemy soldiers were coming here.
Yeah.
Dude, the Japanese had ripped his throat, chest, arms, and stomach with bayonets. Blood was pouring from his wounds. He fainted from the loss of blood, and the Japanese had just abandoned him because
they just see he was going to bleed out. He's dead.
So he got his consciousness right. Chewed through the ropes, mind you. Everything's already been bayoneted. Dude, he crawled for 3 miles through the battle.
Wow.
Then he spent 12 days in hospital and returned to active duty as the chief scout for the Marines. Man,
wow, that's crazy. That's unreal, man. Yeah,
that's insane.
There's some of those stories are crazy. Some of those World War, just soldier stories. Some of the things that they've done, whether they survive or don't, is just ridiculous.
Dude, the matter of mind over body.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then I think about all the starving vegans.
Yeah. But that's what it is. Like you said, you show, it's exactly that. Like a person who's never, starved.
I don't know, man. Could you? I've actually asked you this before. Would if we were in the go.
There's a saying, all right, and it goes in. How does it go exactly? It goes in times of war. Not even war. It's in times of hardship.
Yeah.
The saying is great men are made. All right.
Yeah.
In times of peace, soft men are made.
Okay.
That's the saying.
What's the definition of that?
Because when there's trouble, there's hardships, that's when, people of character and, substance come forth and they stand up and, they help the country or whatever through the trouble period. But when they're at peace and there's, no hardship, that's when people, kind of, not waste away, but strong people aren't made anymore.
Oh, okay, because there's no need for them.
There's no need for them, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I agree with that. I think.
Oh, it's like some famous saying.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that... Okay, hang on. Do you think conflict, say worldwide conflict...
It doesn't have to be necessarily conflict. Could be just like a hardship, whether it's something economical or food, whatever.
No. What I'm saying is, take that for a global perspective, right? I mean, let's just say, as far as international relations go, yeah? Mm-hmm. You have, forget religious ideologies, forget political alliances.
Yeah.
Just as international diplomatic approach, do you believe there can ever be worldwide peace? Does that make sense? As into a point where I'm not saying that everyone's living side by side, the kumbaya with the hands held and all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying everyone, even if we're still segregated politically as far as national alliances and all that, everyone just works in harmony and there's no more starving people in certain third world countries. You no longer have, the Iranians, with their finger on the button.
Yeah.
All that sort of shit. Oh. And we're all prospering towards, I doubt
it very much.
Okay, why?
There's just the human element, that's why.
That's why?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because no matter how much you want to educate people, no matter how much you want to tell them what's right and what's wrong, there's still going to be people that are going to always be out there, no matter how much you drum into them. They're going to have who knows, we know how, we know, don't we? Pretty much how, the psychology of the upbringing of a child is now, how it affects them in their later life, adulthood. If they experience some sort of trauma as a child, it affects them and can, cause them to become quite violent adults.
Yeah.
So, as it's going to be impossible to keep that on to keep that type of...
Yeah, to sort of breed that out.
Completely of every single person.
So you're saying through the elements of human nature, through the mechanics of human nature, essentially there'll always be. It's not like, wasn't there a movie where they tried to stamp that out? I'm just trying to think. It's sort of.
I don't know.
I was going to say, like, when you think of Demolition Man, and they've made everything.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but that's all about social awareness. That's all more socially. They tried to breed out things that.
That cause.
Violent
like
nature.
Yeah, yeah.
But then that just basically softened everything.
Yeah.
As in, there was no.